Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Kern High Network. We always say welcome back because it hasn't been that long. It's only been a week. Great to have you back, and tonight it is a big one. This is live exclusive coverage of high school activities in the Kern High School District. Tonight, the activity is athletics, and the specific event is varsity football. Liberty Patriots, the reigning, defending state champions, #1 in the Valley, hosting a longtime nemesis and a powerhouse in their own right, the Grizzlies of Central High School in Fresno. I'm Vance Palm, and I got my partner Rich Cornford next to me, J-Dub, Julian Wilson, running everything for us tonight as our director, producer. Coach, you and I were down on the field. You as a player and a former coach, you get a much different feel than I do. I'm down there just trying to poke around, but you're down there feeding off it. You had a long chat with Kyle Biggs, the coach of Central. You also talked to Coach Nixon. A lot of storylines, as we always do. We'll get to them, but right before kickoff, your feeling on this Week 5 big-time preseason implication game?
Well, I got chills. You go back to 2016, and the Division I Valley Championship has only been won by two different teams, the Liberty Patriots and the Central Grizzlies. You got two great coaches. Brian Nixon just won his 200th game earlier this season. Coach Biggs is putting up Dallas Grider-esque numbers as the head coach at Central. They both won state championships in that time, and again, this is going to be a classic.
The kick is up. Beautiful night. And a classic start, a long kick by the Patriots. Coach, we saw a couple of banged-up players from the Grizzlies. One of them is their star receiver, Noel Felix III. He's got his left arm in a sling. He's not playing. There's a couple more guys that are banged up, and Coach Biggs talked about it, but you never got any kind of inclination that was even on his mental radar. It's time to play.
No, they've got firepower, and Coach Biggs knows how to coach firepower. Central's always been a pretty good program, a program that, put a lot of guys in the NFL, and but it wasn't until Coach Biggs got there that they exploded and started winning Valley championships and state championships.
First and 10 from the shotgun. Kind of a delayed handoff. I wouldn't call it an RPO. It was a handoff the entire way. The quarterback for the Grizzlies is jersey number 5, Earl Riley IV. He's a junior. And as Coach Cornford and I talked about, he sure passes the eye test.
Yes, he does. I mean, he's a good, strong-built athlete. Throws the ball extremely tight spiral. Already thrown for over 1,000 yards this year.
Man. 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. Patriots thought they had him for a moment. They do not, and they grab him at the 38-yard line, and that's Brandon Smith. And I got to love this. You know how they have their name and position? They have him as ATH, athlete.
Yeah. He can do it all, and he's already run for 385 yards and 6 touchdowns this year. Central loves to throw the ball, but they are not one-dimensional. They've run the ball first 2 plays here against the Patriots.
I listened to Coach Nixon today on the Greg Kerr Show, and he said exactly that. Right when you think you can kind of figure out that they're going to go to the air, they'll go to the run, and then you try to stop the run, and bam, the arm of Riley IV come back to get you. 1st and 10. Grizzlies, 2 good, strong plays to start off this first drive. Great Friday night. The breeze is coming out from the northwest, and that's where we're at, so we're getting it before everybody else.
A little delay here, but this Grizzly offense has scored over 40 points in 3 of their 4 games. They are undefeated right now. And then, Liberty is synonymous with great defense. Under Ryan Renz, who's the track coach here at Liberty, gets those kids out running track and playing great defense. They don't do a whole lot of fancy things, but they make you earn every yard.
1st and 10, as we just said. Ball's at the 37-yard line. Riley IV rolls out to his left, throws across his body, and a diving catch out there by Dalen Scott.
Number 3, Dalen Scott.
So Dalen Scott stretches out.
Fulton there on the coverage, making the tackle there at the end, but pretty good cushion that they're giving to Scott there. Now, Braylon Hall, number 18, is their main target. He's got nearly half their receiving yards at 524 coming in.
In trouble from behind. They get him. They gave it to Smith, and it was sniffed out by the Patriots. Nice job by Henry Bolton. Bolton was one of the first Patriots to get in there. Big stop.
35 for the Patriots.
Yeah, great job by Bolton from the linebacker spot. And again, Liberty High line. If you can start at linebacker for Liberty, you are a stud. And they've got more this year. They just reload every year with great ball players there.
2nd and 13. Riley the fourth, drops straight back, can feel the pressure, tries to get away, and he cannot. And he was suffocated, and Dylan Delgado gets in and makes the official tackle, but he had some friends in there.
Yeah, so Dylan, I think, will be close if he gets credited with the sack. He is the leading sack guy for the Patriots, playing that nose guard. He told me that before the game that his mom's going to be watching the broadcast, and I told him to give a shout out. So we'll get that out of the way right now. Big play.
Mrs. Delgado, your son Dylan, has already delivered for you. 3rd and 12. Important play for both teams early. In trouble. Fancy footwork. He'll pick up the first down and more to the 30, and he'll go out of bounds. He'll get shoved out pretty much at the 20-yard line. So there it is, Coach. When Earl Riley the fourth feels the pressure, he'll step up to the pocket. When he steps out of the pocket and sees land, he's gone.
And he caught the Patriots playing man-to-man defense, so everybody's back was turned to him. Once he got through that initial rush and the blitz there, he had 15 easy yards. I say easy yards for a really good athlete. I'd have picked up about 3 on that.
I know what you're talking about. 1st and 10. Keeps it, throws it, tosses it, and it's
incomplete.
Well over the head of the intended receiver out there. So nice coverage by Brock Wattenberger.
I'm anxious to see if the Patriots double team Braylon Hall. Again, he's got nearly half their receiving yards. He's number 18 at the top there. They've got him soloed up here. See if he gets some safety help.
Bobbles the ball. It's on the ground. Fumble! Liberty, the ball just bounced out of the hands of Riley the fourth. And right there on top of it, Landon McDevitt. Whoa! And what a showstopper for the Grizzlies. They were looking to come down and stamp their name on this first drive, and the ball just, it's like he kind of took off with it, and it slipped. It almost kind of popped out of his hands.
Well, Coach Biggs, when in our talk, was mentioning that his offense had put his defense in some bad spots by making unforced errors, and there we see it come to bite him again.
So just like that, here come the Patriots. Quarterback, Cole O'Brien. Jersey number 11, senior.
29, Makai Luke with the backfield. O'Brien pass completes number 8, Fulton.
A quick connection out there to Trajan Fulton.
Brought down by number 15 for the Grizzlies, Marcus Nolan.
So a little on Cole O'Brien. Completed almost 50% of his passes, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but he will run the ball. All right, Coach Nixon likes to use him in the old Tim Tebow-esque fashion. Already run for over 300 yards this season.
2nd and 3. O'Brien. They stay on the ground. Oh, what a beautiful piece of running there. Goodness gracious. Makai Duluth gets shoved out of bounds, and the flag comes out. They're going to say he was out of bounds, and a little too much English at the end of that play.
Well, Makai Duluth definitely knows what to do with the ball. This is the first time we've seen it touch it tonight, but he's averaging over 8 yards a carry already on this season, and it just went up with that carry.
Big Patriot, first down.
So he has 7 touchdowns. He also plays defense for him. He's their leading tackler. So heck of a ball player.
Other than that, he's a slacker. And look at this march off of the yards, and in 2 plays, Coach, the Patriots have gone from their own 18 to the Grizzlies' 18. O'Brien in the shotgun. This time they hand the ball off to Murphy.
Jalen Murphy.
Murphy brought down with some flags on the far side.
And I'll tell you, it's going to be hard to go side to side on this central defense because they can fly at all 11 positions over there. We mentioned they've got one player in the NFL right now, Jalen Johnson, defensive back for the Bears. I played against him when I was coaching at Frontier. but they've got about 3 guys that will likely be in the next draft. The biggest star of the group, probably Xavier Worthy, the wide receiver, All-American at Texas. And there'll be more coming because this is a football factory there at Central.
And for you football hounds, you know that name, Xavier Worthy, playing for the Longhorns, and they've already made some noise early in the season. O'Brien rolls. Oh, a dangerous pass. Wow, and he throws it out to Nixon. So Jace Nixon, by the way, is tight end, defensive end, and if needed, as you probably well know, can go back into the quarterback role. I ran into Coach Nixon earlier this spring, he and his wife, and we were having a chat, and I said, well, how's everything going? And talking to Mrs. Nixon, and she says, well, my son's playing tight end now. And I said, what? And everybody in the football world knew. I didn't know. And so I said, is that common? Is that public knowledge? And he said, well, we told Gray Kerr, so he's going to say it tomorrow. I said, all right. So Jace Nixon, talented young man playing tight end.
And he is big. You see him out there in the number 2 receiver.
2nd and 12. Look out. Oh, goodness. Some miscommunication out there between O'Brien and DeGraffenried because Davari was out there for a minute. Then he started to cut towards the goal line, but the ball had already been let go by O'Brien, and that was almost picked off.
Boy, that was great protection by the Liberty offensive line. O'Brien had all day to throw that, but fortunate that didn't get picked.
And Coach Biggs doesn't like that. He wants pressure as much as he can get on O'Brien. 3rd and 12. Here's a big play for this Grizzlies defense. Ball's at the 20.
Showing pressure.
O'Brien floats one over to the near corner. It's up there, and it's caught! Touchdown! What a catch by Fulton! Trajan Fulton went up for it. Touchdown.
Well, I'll tell you, Fulton has already made a huge impact in this game here. Coming in, he's not listed as the number 1 or 2 receiver, but he's already made 2 huge plays. Great catch on a 3rd and long.
O'Brien floated it up there, had a nice tight spiral on it, no wobble. And Fulton had the wherewithal to start eyeballing that ball and knew exactly when he was going to get to the apex of his jump. Timed it perfectly, touchdown. PAT.
Jack Smith there. Good strong leg. Puts about 65 to 70% of his kickoffs in the end zone like he did the first one, and against a team with great returners like Central has, that is a huge luxury.
So if you're just getting with us, this is the Kern High Network, live exclusive coverage of high school athletics and activities in sports and athletics and the fine arts here in Kern County. And we cover the county. We're everywhere. Tonight, Miramonte and Kern Valley. And tonight it's Liberty hosting Centennial, and the Grizzlies had a really pronounced, very intensive drive to start this thing off, and they inexplicably coughed the ball up on really a no-contact play. Just kind of bobbled it and lost it, and Liberty quickly got down deep into Grizzlies territory, and it took a 3rd and 12 fade lob, but they look so much more in control than that.
Yeah, well, shoot. I mean, Brian is a heck of an offensive mind and does a great job with his coaching staff of really situational football. So you know that's a play that they had written down for 3rd and long that they were going to go to, and the kid made a play.
We talked about Smith and that big foot of his, and he puts that back past the field goal post, and I don't believe there's any way Julian's going to be able to pick this up, but on that south field goal post, there's the cushion that protects the field goal post.
Where it says Patriots?
Where it says Patriots, that padding. On top of the padding is a white hat, and it is the hat that was owned by the longtime referee Alex Edelor, who passed away last week. His funeral and memorial services will be a week from tomorrow on the 23rd, and it's on top of that field goal post cushion padding. There it is. Thank you, Julian. What a shot that is. And the White Hat let us know about that, and we'll talk about that as the evening goes along. How about this? Oh, for a second, I thought Riley was going to let it fly, but he tucked it in. Tonight's officiating crew, the referee, the gentleman that told us about that, the White Hat, is James Taplin. He's got Pat Kellaway, Sean Morphus, Arnold Lara, Jordan Stallworth, and David Edwards. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time and your commitment to the community. And again, want to thank JT. Thank you, James Taplin, for the commentary on Alex's White Hat. What a great story.
Yeah, Alex, extremely well respected. You love to see him on your sideline because you knew if you may not agree with the call, but he knew that he'd give you a good explanation of why he made it. You couldn't ask for more than that.
He's got a man wide open, and it's Marcus Nolan. And Nolan just got to try to stretch it out, and he cannot. He gets to about the 7-yard line. A great stop by Brock Wattenbarger, but the damage is done. Earl Riley found the wide open Marcus Nolan.
Boy, that's why I wish we had the ability to do some instant replay, because I'd love to know how he got so wide open there right in the middle of the field. Great play fake for one, I know that. Sucked the linebackers up, but great call there by Coach Biggs and the Central Grizzlies.
And Coach, it was set up beautifully in the earlier play. Riley rolls out and everybody thinks he's going to throw. He just kind of tucked it in and dropped. And then the second play, boom. So here they come again, the Grizzlies. 1st and goal from the 8. Riley rolls this way, fires, throws, and it's caught out there. A nice catch by Scott. Wrangled to the ground. Flags on the play, though, on the far side. The yellow flag is at the 5-yard line. It's 7-0 Liberty.
That was a heck of a tackle by Fulton out there, who just scored the touchdown. And, one of the differences between these teams is Liberty will play quite a few guys both ways. Where Central, they are pretty much offense or defense. And both teams obviously extremely successful.
Both teams with stellar coaching staffs. Coach Nixon and his staff, Coach Biggs and his staff. Coach Biggs remembered Coach Cornford. They shook hands, and Coach said, hey, we coached against each other, and they had a really nice chat, nice talk, and you guys had some good memories. Well,
good memories for him. Holy cow. They laid the wood.
I let you take it from there.
Yeah, they were really, really good. The 2019 team, when I was at Ridgeview, is the best high school team I've ever coached against.
Wow. 1st and goal now, back to the 13. Riley's going to keep it on his own. Oh, he takes a big hit. A big hit by Tyler Lewis.
Tyler Lewis, son of Mike Lewis, legendary coach and athlete here in Bakersfield. My longtime friend. Watched Tyler grow up since he was a baby.
Well, a stud dad like that, what a hit by Lewis.
Pretty good bloodline there.
I talked to Michael a little bit earlier tonight. He was inquisitive about the amount of time I'm spending on the golf course. So none of your business. Get back to coaching.
All right, this is a great response drive so far by Central. But they're in a long yardage situation, but man, they do a great job of spreading the field. Their line typically takes very big splits.
With the 5-minute mark,
Number 5, Riley.
they throw the goal. What a route. What a play. Touchdown, Grizzlies.
Wow. Yeah, that was well defended. But, boy, to draw that up and to execute it perfectly like that, the timing, again, you see why these guys are so dadgum good.
So Riley fakes the pass, kind of bootlegs over to the left, fades over to the left, I should say, stops, plants, and by that time, Braylon Hall had already cut across the middle and then turned back out towards the far corner. Well, that's a beautiful play. That's a touchdown.
Well, we talked about Hall being their top receiver over there. That's touchdown number 8 for him on the year. And those two guys, him and his quarterback Earl Riley, have got a great connection together.
Okay, so the Grizzlies trying to get all their guys out here for the PAT, and it's going to be Edwin Malgar.
Edwin's very accurate. Made 19 of 20 extra points so far this year.
20 out of 21.
Yeah, you see his leg strength's not quite that of Jack Smith, the Liberty kicker. But it's nice to have a guy that you know is going to put the points on the board when you put him in there.
Great to have you with us. Thank you to Liberty High School. Literally, thank you to Liberty High School for hosting this tonight. Very special thank you to Stan Green, the Director of School Support Services at the Kern High School District, and ultimately the gentleman that got us going in this whole deal. Thank you to all the Kern High School District superintendents and, of course, our sponsors at Valley Strong Credit Union. We appreciate you giving us the opportunity to put on events like this for our community. How about the Liberty administration? Wow. Principal Kenny Seals, the Assistant Principal of Instruction Josh Williams, the Assistant Principal of Administration Ron Priest, the Athletics Director, our good friend, the incomparable, legendary Tim Davis, and how about the Activities Director Brooke Slayton? I saw her this evening. What a party she's throwing tonight down on the track. Thank you, Liberty High School. The score is 7-7. We've got schedules for both of these teams here, Coach. We can both talk about that as we drip into the sub-5-minute mark in this first quarter, tied at 7. This is going to be returnable.
DeGraff and Reed takes the kick.
And it's DeGraff and Reed. Oh, goodness. Ooh.
Number 25 for the Grizzlies, David Rapp.
That's a big hit. David wrapped him.
That was a big hit. Both teams really good on special teams. You know, again, they're well-rounded. You don't win state championships in this state without being exceptionally well-versed in the game of football.
Spot the ball to 29 for the Patriots.
Liberty's in the Southwest Yosemite River League, and of course Central in the famed Tri-River League. Two powerhouses, as he mentioned, in this Central Valley of California.
And they don't look to schedule easy. I'll tell you that. Both teams schedule very difficult opponents.
You took the hint why I put it out. You're so sharp. 1st and 10. They're going to go to the air. It's O'Brien, and he's pressured. That was close.
Good job by O'Brien getting rid of that ball and not taking a sack there. Good pressure by the Central Grizzlies.
I think it was Noah Bohanna. It was Bohanna, jersey number 33 back there.
Looking at the schedule these teams have played, Liberty opened with Highland of Palmdale, beat them 34-7, then beat Ridgeview 49-14. Went and played the Trinity League. Now, if there's a league that's maybe tougher than that track, it's the Trinity League with Mater Dei and Bishop Mott. They beat Liberty 34-14, and then last week Liberty beat their perennial nemesis Buchanan 35-30.
At Buchanan.
At Buchanan, another one of those track schools. Central, like we said, is 4-0. Beat Edison 48-13. San Joaquin Memorial 40-14.
Wow.
Turlock in a tight one, 21-18, and then Bishop Diego, which is a private school out there in Santa Barbara, 48-28.
So the Grizzlies 4-0, Liberty 3-1, and we call these, we refer to them as implication games in September because they carry a lot of weight as we get into the seeding process. Anybody that says they don't is not telling the truth.
So 2nd and 10 for the Patriots.
So a penalty was on the Grizzlies.
They waved it off, though.
Oh,
yeah.
Back to 2nd and 10.
So as far as the section goes right now, if you just go by the computer, Liberty's ranked number 2 and Central's ranked number 4.
Number 29, Makai Duluth, your ball carrier.
Let me give a shout out to that Liberty offensive line. Again, we've talked about Liberty linebackers, always consistently great. That Liberty offensive line is always it's the key to their success, really. You got Tyler Balgman, 6'3", 277. Blake Carson, 6 foot 223. He's the small one of the group. We'll hit the rest of them after this play.
Big Shelton. 3rd and 7. Big play here for this Liberty offense. Can they keep their mojo going here? And it's going to be a pitch.
O'Brien pitches to Duluth.
And nice. How about this? Can he get away? And he gets shoved out of bounds at the 43-yard line. So Makai Duluth. And just a great patient hold by O'Brien. That relationship exemplified perfectly.
Yeah, again, great call on that. You don't expect that on 3rd and 7. Great call, though, and, again, well executed. So we also have Tyler Shelton at center, 6'1", 285. Chad Troxler, 6'3", 290 at the right guard. And Damari Davis, 6'1", 255. So quick math, that's about an average of 270 per guy. not too shabby. And they're athletes.
Duluth, your ball carrier.
Duluth plows through the middle of the football field again, and he goes up to the 36-yard line.
Almost to the 45.
And they're going to move them. They get the first down.
That's a great sign for Liberty that they're able to go right at Central, because we mentioned it's tough to go side to side on
You're
these
right.
guys.
It's a great point.
Patriot, first down.
It's a great point, Coach. They quickly get to the line. Coach Lewis and his staff want to get after it right away. First and 10, 3.5 left in this first quarter, tied at 7. What a start. O'Brien. They stay on the ground.
21, your ball
And
carrier.
this time they hand it off to Murphy.
Wrapped up right around the 30.
He got about 6, 7 yards, though.
Boy, yeah, they're getting a push up front. That was run right over left guard Blake Carson, who works out where my son works at the Grindhouse. And, putting that extra work in, it shows. It shows on nights like this.
How much time you put into the Grindhouse?
Well, my son works there 20 hours a week. So,
2nd and 4. They keep it on the ground. Coach, they're going to try to get to the outside. They get enough for a first down. That's all they needed. Tackle made out there by Aiden Chavez.
And you see, Central has the luxury of rotating some other players in. They're going to need to play multiple defensive linemen, because with this Patriot running attack, it will wear you down quick. And again, one thing that Central, they don't have guys going both ways, so that can sometimes help with your conditioning too. We say that, but Shafter the other week when they were playing BHS didn't seem to have a problem with it.
Wattenbarger on the right of your screen. That's where they go. Oh, and it went right to him.
Yeah, that was a good ball.
Number 1 for the Grizzlies.
Jamari Carter was right on him, but
2nd and 10 for the Patriots.
the always dependable Wattenbarger.
You know, earlier we mentioned that Central has a player in the NFL. Well, Liberty has 2 players in the NFL. Chris Barnes, linebacker, and then Jordan Love, who had a great week last week.
I was going to ask you about that. Here's the pitch, and this time the Grizzlies at first were all over it, but then Mackay Duluth continues to punish these defenders. Another big positive pickup there.
And the way he finishes going forward is really impressive. I haven't seen him yet until now, and I thought initially maybe a scat back, but he's a well-balanced downhill runner.
Oh, he was the player of the game last year, one of our Kern High Network players of the game. And it was Kenny Calvin that muscled that choice, and he deserved it. Brian on his own legs gets it to the 14-yard line.
Looks like they're giving him the first down.
First down.
So this Patriot offense methodically working it down the field behind that big offensive line, well balanced with the run and the pass.
Spot the ball at the 14-yard line for the Patriots.
Graffenried goes in motion right in front of him. They give it to the power back. Oh, goodness, he's just throwing guys down now. He took Jalen Jones and just shoved him off him. So, Davari de Graffenried. Wow.
That's a Patriot. First down.
They go right back into him. Oh, and he takes on.
Wow.
The big fella. Touchdown, Liberty. So it was de Graffenried and Gerald Perry Jr. one-on-one.
Well, I got to be thinking, if I'm a linebacker for Central, that this might be a long night tackling him. Liberty just went right at him. And we talked about that's what they need to do. And right now they're doing it at will.
Smith.
Nixon in some kind of discussion with the white hat down there.
Jack Smith out to attempt the point after. With number 3, Tyler Lewis as the holder. And number 1, Alex Banducci as the long snapper.
So a power run touchdown by Davari de Graffenried. There's the snap, there's the hold, and
Smith's kick is good.
It's through the uprights, 14-7. So no lack of confidence
With a minute 10 left in the first quarter. The score,
on either offense right now.
Grizzlies 7.
It's just going to be able to see, hey, which defense is going to be able to consistently stop the talent on both sides.
Right, and that's easier said than done because both teams can do things, can use the whole field. And when you can use the whole field and you got good athletes doing it, it's a nightmare to defend.
1:10 left in the first quarter. It's a balmy night. It's a little balmy. However, we're seeing that next week, dare I say, could we be drifting into that perfect pocket?
The perfect month we usually get every year.
It's going to be 85 degrees on my birthday, guys. Julian, I'm a double XL Rich, favorite color green. 85 next Saturday, and that'll be the first real true low of the post-summer. Here we go.
Jack Smith's ability to put the ball in the end zone has been big for the Patriots so far, and he's going to do it again. 3 for 3.
And you talk about that, and it's kind of one of those obvious statements that people make, like, oh boy, that really helps a team when they don't let their talented DBs get going. Yeah, it's a big plus.
Well, let me tell you another aspect. Like we mentioned, Liberty has quite a few guys going both ways. They don't have to put those guys on the kickoff team because this ball is going to go in the end zone every time.
Excellent point.
Save your leg a little bit.
Excellent point. The only guys that are bummed about it from Liberty are one of those guys that want to make a big hit on the kickoff team. Okay, Earl Riley the fourth has had a nice first quarter, albeit one fumble that cost him. The junior quarterback seems poised, has a strong arm, throws one, and it's a nice pass. And it's caught out there, a missed tackle.
Number 11.
And that's Josh Hill.
Josh Hill.
Nice catch by Josh.
Yeah, and what do you see from Liberty? They've run this defense for a long time. It's a 3-4. Their nose guard and defensive ends are basically, they occupy guys. They're going to play head up on those tackles. It's great against the run. The linebackers scrape free a lot. They don't necessarily look to get a ton of pressure on the quarterback, but they're going to drop 8 a lot.
Quick toss out to the right side. A nice move, but really good coverage out there by Matthew Maldonado. So Maldonado able to contain a tricky, fast Braylon Hall.
Yeah, you better be able to tackle in open space against this team because they'll throw a number of those short little RPO type routes and try and get their guy one-on-one. Anxious to see how patient Central will be. They're not used to being down much.
Bell sweeps over to the right side, and he's caught up with maybe a yard.
Yeah, great pursuit by the Liberty defense there. Again, scraping downhill, making plays for just a 2-yard gain.
And that's the end of the first quarter with the score. Your Patriots.
That'll do it for the first quarter, and it's as advertised. Big talented guys going at it. 7-7. We're tied on the Kern High Network. We'll be back right after this for the second quarter.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
party that's been 25 years in the making.
Second quarter, I'm Vance Palm, joined by Rich Cornford and Julian Wilson. And Julian brought up a great point. He said we didn't take a break in the first quarter. It's just too action-packed, too much energy, too much everything. I said, you're right. I said, can't take a break when this place is sizzling. 7-7 as we start the second quarter. Coach, after this play, give me your thoughts on the first quarter. It's 3rd and 2, big play. Riley, the fourth. First name Earl looks over at the sidelines. Ball's right here on the near hash at the Liberty 47-yard line. Takes the snap, wants to throw, tosses one up, look out, and it is broken up at the last second by Brock Wattenberger. Nice play out there by Wattenberger. Your thoughts on the first quarter?
Well, both offenses are basically doing what they want to do at will, except for the one mistake on the fumble, unforced error there by the Central Grizzlies. They've moved up and down here. Now, I think Central took a shot there because they feel confident on 4th and 2 that they can pick this up. And it's a very tough down to cover defensively. Typically in high school football, you think 4th and 2, they're going to run the ball. This Grizzly team is probably more likely to throw it than not, and they're trying to match up their top guy one-on-one there at the top.
4th and 2, might be a draw. No, he goes deep, way deep, and this one is...
Riley's pass.
They got him for a hip check.
It looked uncatchable, and the Liberty coaching staff is going to go bonkers. They're going to say it was uncatchable, but there was a little bit of contact out there between the DBs and the intended receiver. I mean, they went downtown to Dalen Scott. 4th and 2, and he threw it 42 yards.
Yeah, and the safety, I think that's Wattenberger, came over and just barely bumped him on the hip, but he did throw him slightly off stride, and that's going to be a first down for Central.
Coach Nixon wants to talk to the closest referee he can find. The closest guy he can find, he wants to give him a message. Say, let your guy on the other side know. But you make a great point. If he throws him off his route,
yep,
it's going to be discussed.
And I don't think they have the rule in high school football of the uncatchable ball either. It's either pass interference or not. The ability that anybody had to catch it doesn't really come into play.
1st and 10. They stay on the ground. They hand the ball off to David Bell, and he's still on his feet.
Down by number 50.
David Bell, just a junior. So the Central squad's got quite a few juniors in key spots that'll be coming back again. I think we'll be seeing these teams go to war as long as these two head coaches are where they are.
And Coach, that offensive line for the Grizzlies, they're just as big, if not bigger. They're some big old dudes.
And if you look, they take bigger splits than normal, and we'll talk about the advantage of that later.
2nd and 6. Riley hurls it up, has his man, and it's
Riley's pass
broken up again by Wattenberger. They're picking on Brock Wattenberger, and he's saying, bring it every single play. Bring it, keep bringing it.
Yeah, he had the coverage perfect on that particular play. So the advantage of big splits is it naturally creates bigger holes inside.
What's a big split?
So a big split is typically 2 feet or more. These guys typically will take 3-foot splits. Well, you think, hey, if I got fast defenders, I can shoot through there. So if you're going to take big splits, you better have really good feet and really good athletes up front there to handle that. And a lot of times, real big lineman types can't handle that. You have to reduce the split down to 1 foot. But they've got big guys that can move. And, again, it just creates big holes in your defense. All right? Chris Haynes, one of the big guys over there. You look at him, number 77, pulling.
Not a bad screen play, but, man, how about the speed of that Liberty defensive backfield? Just no chance.
Ryan Wren's the defensive coordinator at Liberty. He and Brian Nixon, I believe, are best friends. They've been together since they were at Centennial, at least, maybe even at Shafter before that. But Ryan knows how to coach defense really well, and you can see that by the way his players play green. The green light means go. Again, Tyler Lewis in there on that one. Tyler had broken his wrist in the spring, so really good to see him back out here healthy, ready to go for his senior year. But yeah, these guys play green. They play downhill. Playing red means you're confused. You play slow. Playing green means you just let it rip. You don't have to think about things. You know them so well.
4th and 7. The Grizzlies are going to let it rip, and they pick up the first down. And it's complete out there Jamel Davis did lay the wood at the end of it, but it's a first down caught out there by E.J. Morgan.
First down.
And nice job by Morgan running that route beyond the sticks there, picking up the first down. And we're wondering who's going to pick up the slack for their injured receiver right now. Their number 2 receiver, Noel Felix, who had 3 touchdowns coming in, is out. He's in a sling. Coach Biggs is hoping to get him back by the end of the regular season. But, again, they've got multiple guys that are stepping up in different spots.
This is the game of the week on the Kern High
We have
Network.
a player that was down,
It will be archived
and
at
Parabjot Singh.
KernHighNetwork.com by tomorrow. Relive all the excitement of Patriot football.
All right. Back up quickly and off the field. Good news for the Grizzlies.
Grizzlies now in the Liberty red zone as neither offense has had to punt. Grizzlies picked up a couple 4th downs here on this drive.
How about this set right here for the quarterback, Coach?
Something the Packers popularized a few years back.
Number 4, your ball
Wow.
player.
How about
Wrestled
that?
down by number
Didn't fool the
17,
Patriots.
Braden Monsivias.
Braden Montsavias, the big fella, the junior defensive end, tight end. They had 3 backs surrounding
4 for
the
Grizzlies.
quarterback, Riley the fourth, and didn't matter. Complete shutdown of a play. What a strong move that was.
Well, when we talked about those big splits and how if you got quick defenders, you can try to shoot them, that time they got through those splits.
Loss of 4, 2nd and 14. They can still pick up a first down. They get to the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal from the 5.
Number 4, David Bell, your ball
So
carrier.
Bell trying to get outside, nothing doing. Just the speed, the footwork, the pursuit, and the execution at the end of the play by the Patriots. Pretty
And
much all you could ever ask for.
Yeah, you see so many silver hats on the ball every play. Just a great sign of, again, a well-coached defense and kids that are hungry. So another 3rd and long here. Again, the top receiver is number 18 for Central, Braylon Hall. He's their go-to guy. He caught the touchdown earlier. If I'm Liberty, I'm making sure I'm double covering him wherever he goes.
And he's right out here in front of us, Coach, the right of your screen, the bottom right of your screen.
By splitting him so wide, it makes it difficult on that safety to double him.
Timeout is called by the Grizzlies. We'll take it with them. It is 14-7.
Timeout, Central.
Liberty with the Grizzlies knocking on the door. We'll take a short break here on the Kern High Network. Back right after this. The luxury of having Julian Wilson as our director-producer, stud athlete, documentarian filmmaker. He picked up on it right away. You look at that bottom right of your screen. As he zooms in, you see 3 guys there, and Coach Cornford is thinking that in the slot right there, number 18, Hall's probably going to be the primary target.
They
But it's
changed.
a screen, and they come across, and Liberty says nothing doing. Dalen Scott on a 3rd and 10. And, boy, how smart is the coaching staff and the Patriots. They didn't take the timeout, but they were able to say, okay, option 1, 2, or 3 is what they're going to try. Let's be ready for all of them, and they were, Coach.
Yeah, that was, again, you can't say enough about how well coached the defense is here. Now, this is going to be a 30-yard field goal attempt. We talked about how accurate Edwin Melger is on his PATs. Doesn't have the strongest leg, but this should be within his range.
30-yarder. And no good wide left. So a great job by the defense. We talked about it coming into the second quarter. Which team is going to be able to step up on defense, because we can see the potency of both these offenses. Nice job by Liberty. And that was 7:51 offensive coordinator, assistant head coach Mike Lewis, and his head coach Brian Nixon. Boy, they can kind of reach in their bag now.
Well, and you know Coach Lewis has a history. If he's able to run the ball on you, he's going to pound it. And right now, the Patriots have been pounding the ball. So I would expect no changes in their style of offense this drive, that they'll pound and maybe go a little play action. But Central had better start winning some first downs if they're going to have a chance in this game.
Wow. Bottom right of your screen, you see two receivers out there for O'Brien. He whispers into his running back's ear right before the snap. And a nice catch right there. DeGraffenreid had to go down and get it. It was behind him, but it was also away from any trouble.
And that's a Patriot.
That is a really good catch by DeGraffenreid. Great job of just focusing on the ball, bringing that in. Going with tempo now.
And
Number 21.
they give it to Jalen Murphy.
Jalen Murphy.
And he gets 9 on a 1st and 9 on a hurry-up offense. Here comes Wattenbarger. Oh, it was 10. They gave him 10. Wattenbarger comes in and runs to the far side of the field. He's over on the Grizzly sidelines almost. And Trajan Fulton, who's had a big first half. And we see a timeout. And the coaching staff wants to know why, because they want a hurry-up offense. They don't want it stopped.
They bring Wattenbarger off. I'm not exactly sure what was going on there.
But Coach Nixon didn't want that clock to stop at all. He's got the Grizzlies on their skates.
Number 21.
How about this? What a big, strong run again by Jalen Murphy. So you got a right punch in Duluth. You got a left punch in Murphy. And then you got a knockout punch in O'Brien if he decides to toss it. So right now, Coach Lewis chomping at the bit here. And they run off the left side, right on the hash to the 35-yard line.
They are getting such a great push over there that 5 yards is one of their lesser plays. They're just controlling first down. So when I talked about winning first down, that's holding somebody to 2 yards or less. They haven't done that all night.
Number 29.
And there was encroachment or there was offsides.
Yeah, a little late to throw it, but it is the right call. I think the only thing that can slow the Patriots down is if they commit some holding penalties or something like that to put them way behind the chains. But they must be averaging 8 to 10 yards a carry right now, going right at this Central defense.
So this is going to make it 1st and 10.
Offside, defense.
So
Go to the play for first down.
smart play by O'Brien.
And
He knows the Grizzlies are on roller skates.
Yeah, and it's not like the Grizzlies are small. Number 99 there, Shondrick Smallwood, 6 foot, 300-pound nose guard.
They're going to start the clock. You've got O'Brien. One back behind him. They go to the corner. He's got a man open, and it is almost caught, but it's broken up out there. Nice play by Terrell Chung. Chung did a nice job. It was intended for Fulton, maybe underthrown just a tad.
Similar play to what we saw Fulton score the touchdown on earlier in the game, the first score of the game there. Got him one-on-one and threw the jump ball out. 2nd and 10. Now, when you're getting 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 yards a carry, you can't throw the ball on first down because you know on second you'll come back with a run and pick up a solid gain.
Duluth in the backfield. They give it to him.
Mackay Duluth, your ball carrier.
Boy, he's tough. Tough, 5 or 6 yards.
Duluth picks up 4 on that play. 3rd and
Some nice games around the county tonight.
Well, it's getting to be that time of year. It's typically, you schedule one of your toughest preseason games this week 5, and then a lot of teams will have byes next week.
Which they do, and then Liberty will host Garces. O'Brien goes to his left, looks, tosses, throws, and broken up out there. Man, almost in the hands of Nixon. But he had
DeGraffenreid open short if he'd wanted to go that way earlier.
Nixon had Jalen Jones and Aiden Chavez on him. So 2 Grizzlies all over them. 4th and 7, Coach. 4th and 7.
4th and 7. They've thrown twice on this drive, or on this particular set of downs, I should say. But neither one complete. Now, last time they had a 3rd and 7, they ran the option. Again, the Patriots' top wide receiver is Brock Wattenberger, number 2, and then DeGraffenried, number 13. So those are the primary threats, but we've already seen Fulton make a couple big plays. And they're taking Fulton out right now.
Sage Sampayan goes in. So 4th and 7. O'Brien looks downfield, has a ton of time, and it's going to be enough. He just gets past the first down marker.
And that's a Patriot first down.
Great protection by that Liberty offensive line that we've mentioned multiple times, and they deserve it.
Coach,
Big boys up front.
Standing around, Coach. And a lot of whistles blowing, not quite sure.
Oh, the classic, I'm going to look really cool and not wear my knee pads in high school football, I think was the case, which as a coach drives me crazy.
Yeah, these young guys don't know what it feels like to have their kneecap smashed.
Well, they want to look pretty and cost their team here.
1st and 10, 5.5 left in the first half. They give it to Duluth. Duluth draws a crowd, of course.
Now that's as good as we've seen Central look on first down against the run right there. That's got to be an encouraging sign to them because they've been getting it shoved right down their throat consistently. And, red zone gets a little tighter, things a little more constricted. The safeties are playing tighter now, give you that extra guy in run support. We'll see what answer the Liberty Patriots have to that.
Coach Biggs and his Grizzlies 4-0. They've been put to the test too, though. They've had some tough games to come in here. And they've handled it pretty well for the most part. Into the corner they go. They toss it up, and it is a touchdown! Wow! Trajan Fulton. What a great pass, and another stellar job of going up to get that football.
Second verse, same as the first. If you've got that matchup, go for it. And that's obviously a matchup that Coach Lewis and Coach Nixon have seen in their favor, and they're going to keep going to that unless Central starts putting some. But how do you put a safety over there when they're running the ball so hard at you?
A great play call.
Great execution of a great play call.
So right, here comes the PAT. It's quick and it's perfect. We'll take a short break, 21-7. Liberty up by 2 touchdowns. Just under 5 minutes left here in the first half.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
Big drive there by the Patriots, opening up a 2-touchdown lead. And again, we've talked about how well they run the ball, but they are not one-dimensional, as we've just seen Cole O'Brien throw his second touchdown pass to Fulton. And another kick into the end zone.
Puts the ball in the end zone, so the
During our
Grizzlies
short
will start
break,
from their own 20-yard line.
You re-emphasize that point. You were saying, hey, Vance. Well, you say it about defensive coach.
Well, as a longtime defensive coordinator, there's nothing more frustrating when a team at will just runs the ball at you, and you're doing everything you can to stop that run, and then they kill you like that with a great executed fade route one-on-one. So I know Central has got to be very frustrated defensively, but they've got to find a way to stop that run. Load the box, pressure the quarterback, something. They got to do something different than they're doing because they haven't stopped Liberty yet.
Very important drive here for the Grizzlies. Cannot be understated with 4:49 left in this first half for them to make something happen here.
Number 5, Riley looks to
Riley
pass.
wants to throw, finds his man, really nice, slow developing play, and Brandon Smith stays with it. And Riley, the fourth, had enough time to let it kind of play out.
And Brandon Smith, just a sophomore there, releasing out of the backfield, getting matched up on a linebacker. Great play call by Coach Biggs to respond to Liberty's drive.
Riley pitches to number 2.
Nice little shovel pass over to Brandon Smith, and he picks up 6 yards. But they're quick yards. Now they're getting yards
Right.
quickly.
Again, it's so important to win first down. For the offense, it's get 4 yards or more. For the defense, hold them to 2 yards or less. 3 is kind of a draw. Whichever team can do that typically is going to win games. You don't win very many games when you're in 3rd and long, I'll tell you that.
Well, they're in 2nd and 5, which is good. And that's trouble. That's surprising that they would try to do that as they had found some success away from that B gap.
Well, Dylan Delgado at that nose guard, we mentioned it before. He's dominating the center right now with his athleticism and quickness. When they want to slant him, he's getting penetration. Now it's 3rd and long.
3rd and 8 to be exact. The ball is near midfield, not there yet. Riley hurls one up, and it is deep, and no flags anywhere.
E.J. Morgan.
We might see our first punt of the game.
We're going to, Coach, and boy, I'll tell you what, 3:16, that's an eternity for Coach Lewis and Coach Nixon.
I'm really surprised in that instance that they don't isolate Braylon Hall as that single receiver, because you're going to get single coverage out of the Liberty Patriots on that one receiver who's opposite the trips.
And you just needed 9 yards.
Yeah.
You know?
Number 40, Edwin Melville, second punt for the Grizzlies.
Our first punt of the evening with 3:16 left in the half. That tells you something about how this game's been going. Liberty up 2 touchdowns and would love to make something happen here late in the first half. It's a low burner
Back to receive.
and actually takes a very, very friendly bounce for the Grizzlies. So, and that ball just was a present, a gift to the Grizzlies as it kept going. Can you imagine if it squibbed sideways and it's 1st and 10 from the 40?
Well, yeah, and it all started with a poor snap that came in low. Fortunate that the punter, Edwin Melger, who also kicks for him, didn't put his knee down, and then he kicked a low line drive there. I'd expect Liberty to put a little pressure on the next punt.
Last week we had Centennial and Hanford.
Frontier and Hanford.
Frontier and Hanford. The doggone deep snapper for Hanford just couldn't get it going, and every single punt snap was really low in one hop, but then the big left-footed boot, boom, he hammered these 55-yard punts, and I seen every snap was bad. Keeper, oh, big contact. Cole O'Brien decides to take it himself in between the hash marks, and he took one.
That was a great hit by Aiden Chavez, inside linebacker for the Grizzlies.
2nd and 7 for the Patriots.
He is their leading tackler, and that's why.
And as I look at his stats, is another junior for Coach Biggs. Second and 7. O'Brien.
Number 29, Mackay Duluth, your ball
Duluth
carrier.
to the
Duluth
25-yard
to the
line.
25.
Again, that didn't look like much of a play, but it's a pickup of 5 yards, and because he does this great job of falling forward.
3rd and 2 for the Patriots.
2 minutes and 8 seconds left in this first half here. Anxious to see how aggressive the Patriots are on this particular play.
3rd and 2. Duluth right behind O'Brien.
Number 29, Duluth, your ball carrier.
Wow.
So quick. He got to the line of scrimmage so quick.
And I know we're at the perfect angle to see that hole there. And that, again,
He just got it perfectly.
that was 4 yards wide up there. The Liberty Patriot offensive line, that was left tackle Tyler Baldwin and Blake Carson over there. Again, the grindhouse guy just grinding them into the ground. I guess that's why they call it the grindhouse. Lift all those weights.
1st and 10, 90 seconds and counting. O'Brien, will they take a couple shots? Here's one. O'Brien, ton of time.
Oh.
Stands back, fires one, has his man open, and it's Nixon, and it's caught. Nixon still on his feet. Nixon to the 9, to the 5. What a great pass. What great protection. What a route. What a catch.
Well, I don't know if it was designed for Cole to spin out like that. I know Brian Nixon used to do something like that with a pretty good quarterback he had named Cody Kessler back in the day. Really good play.
And there's going to be a quick timeout called. I think it's going to be called by
By
the
the
referee's
officials.
timeout.
Not sure why, though.
I'm not either, Coach. I can tell you this. Liberty did not want it stopped. Duluth behind O'Brien. O'Brien gives it. Sorry, that is not Duluth. That's Murphy. Murphy, touchdown. Jalen Murphy. So the 3rd down stop by the Liberty defense forced the first punt of the evening. And a big first down picked up by Duluth. And after that, boom, boom. Touchdown. And all of a sudden, this is a score that's going to get read across the county at halftime, and the crowd's going to go, ooh.
Well, yeah, we've seen a lot of great Liberty football. I mean, heck, last year they were state champs. This team is, again, right up there with the last year's team.
Flags on the PAT, stops.
Now, if I'm Coach Biggs, they've got to be aggressive with these 54 seconds that's left. I don't know if they can ever stop Liberty, and they're going to need every chance to score they can. And so expect them to attack downfield when they get the ball back.
And that's up and through.
Is good. So with less than a minute left in the first half, the score, Patriots 28, Grizzlies 7.
You can hear the PA announcer right above me say it with as much effervescence and excitement as you would expect. A 21-point lead with 54 seconds left in this first half. And I'll tell you what, if you're a Grizzly fan, you have to be a little bit gobsmacked from the standpoint that our first drive, we went right down, to about their 10, 12-yard line, whatever it was, and we thought, all right, here we go, we're looking good. Fumble. Liberty scores quickly. Grizzlies come back and score. Okay, we're all right, we're in there. We're tied, 7-7. But as you've mentioned, Coach Cornford, Liberty's so balanced, so well-rounded, so multi-dimensional, that it's as much of a mental guessing game that grinds you down on the other side of the sidelines than it is physical. You're always trying to figure out what next. And in the meantime, you're getting what's next every play.
44, Jack Smith of the Patriots.
Another storyline here is that the return men for the Grizzlies have spent all night watching the ball go over their shoulders.
Start from their own
Yeah, and we talk about balance. And Liberty, if you look at the percentage of pass to run, it's not balanced. But the fact that they can kill you by throwing the ball, because they definitely will kill you running it, but they can also do it throwing the ball is what makes it balanced. You can't sell out. You can't just put everybody up to stop the run, because they've got 3 guys out there that if they get a good one-on-one matchup are going to beat you. But if you don't do that, they're going to just pound the ball at you every single snap. So, again, nightmare for a defensive coordinator. Liberty playing 3 safeties.
Riley hands off to number 2.
They keep it on the ground, Brandon Smith, and I know you were thinking they should be aggressive here, but
Yeah, see if they call a timeout. They don't. They're just getting on the ball, trying to go with some tempo.
even when you said that, I was thinking to myself, I think Biggs wants to get out of here and go talk.
I'll bet they get tacked this play.
Throw one up, and it's almost picked off.
Incomplete.
Nice defense out there by Deegan Wakeman.
That was a great play by Wegman.
On the coverage.
His mom, Carrie, is a physical education teacher for the Norris School District. Another Grindhouse guy there. In fact, my son's favorite physical education teacher ever. So shout out to them.
That stopped the clock. 3rd and 5.
Great play there to get that ball out.
Fires one out here, and that's going to be
incomplete. Intended for number 20,
incomplete. So
Dominic Tafoya.
20 seconds left.
2 for the Patriots. Anthony
Liberty
Lyons.
dropping 8 guys, but still getting pressure with Dylan Delgado.
So now all of a sudden you got a situation where
Brings up 4th and 5 for the
with
Grizzlies.
20 seconds left, if they get a, I don't know, you maybe get a fair catch.
We
fair
saw what
catch.
happened with that last punt. So
Chavez out of
anxious to see. So Liberty's got 2 returners back, which is good for fielding poor punts. You know, they don't squirt away from you kind of like that last one did. Doesn't look like they're coming after the block here.
Let's see about the snap. It's another low one. Oh, he bobbles it, goes down to get it. This may be returnable, and it, oh, he bobbles it.
Gets across midfield. Down
So,
about the 45
9
yard
seconds left.
For the Patriots to start.
I'm going to guess
They're gonna hurl it in the end zone.
well, that Jack Smith has probably a 45-yard leg. So where the ball is placed right now, right at midfield,
Be a
you have to
60-yard
pick
run.
up about 20 to 25 yards to give him a chance. And in 9 seconds with timeouts, you can do that because what you'll get probably from Central is a very loose zone defense. So you can hit one of those dig routes at 15 to 20
Call a timeout.
and call a timeout.
So if you're Coach Biggs, you probably you just can't believe you gave the ball back to him. You know, it's just,
Yeah.
wow.
Again, they've scored over 40 points in 3 of their 4 games. They're not used to getting stopped.
O'Brien with 9 seconds.
3-man rush.
He steps up, and he's going to have to do something. He goes down, and they call a timeout with 2 seconds left.
Around the 40-yard
Well, oh no, they just let it go out. All right, they let it run out. No
Score,
timeout.
Your Patriots 28.
So that's it, 28-7. What a first half for Liberty. These defending state champions making a statement against one of the powerhouse football teams in Central. We'll be back with the 3rd quarter on the Kern High Network.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities. We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so much already. We've learned how to take off. We've learned instrument flight rules. It's something everyone can do, I think.
Good. And you see, remember that horizon? Try to keep it parallel to your cockpit. After the 2-year program, they're going to be able to take the knowledge test for their private pilot exam. I am a pilot. I've been in Bakersfield for 10 years. I worked as an instructor for 6 years and then became a corporate pilot. And I'm a teacher here. We have amazing equipment. Even flight schools don't have that much equipment.
You put a class like this somewhere at North High, and it's really preparing kids to succeed because it gives them a whole new set of opportunities they never knew that they had the chance to pursue. I'm proud to say that I'm from North High School and that we have administration that's willing to put the money into offering really, really neat programs like this and preparing kids to succeed.
A lot of more hands-on activity, a lot more about woodworking and what to do, how to make a career for myself.
It's not only for guys. I am actually learning how to make cupboards and put it together, like doors, cabinets. It's really fun, actually.
Yeah, well, It's really amazing to see their growth over the course of a year and how they can come in with no real skill at all and leave being able to actually produce furniture and cabinetry.
Houses need cabinets, businesses having a pool of resources or kids that have some knowledge in the industry would be real good.
Pull down on that. Let's slide these up. Watch fingers.
It's changed a lot. What I'm seeing here is what it's going towards. The CNC equipment, computers. I could actually build cabinets out of this shop. It's state of the art. It really is.
I am constantly looking for students that have been through these programs. It's always nice to have a person that has some experience. It's a lot easier to train. I think we're fortunate in Bakersfield that the Kern High School District has invested in a program like this. I would encourage other businesses to partner up with the Kern High School District like I've done here, because this really shows you what can be done if business comes together with the Kern High School District.
This is where we're going to train the kids to actually get jobs in the industry. We're going to give them the basic tools that they need, also the skills that they need to understand where they fit into the industry.
All the animated things, because we have everything that we need in the scenes.
They are learning the principles of animation, Photoshop. They're learning how to animate in 2D and 3D. And when you swap to that shape, then you're just going to drag these over here.
The storyboard aspect of creating basically the skeleton of the story, and then just sort of directing people in my vision of what I want in the story. And it's also giving me the advantage of Mr. Plord, since he's worked at so many companies, being able to put it in my resume and be like, this is the art direction I've received.
I was shearing my lamb for fair. I have 2 lambs.
This lamb is stubborn.
Taking care of animals is you feed them twice a day, make sure they have water, walk them, make sure they're ready for fair.
Vet science is the first year before you can actually go into animal science, and it's a lot of like hands-on with the different animals, and you get to learn different things such as giving shots, castrating, all that fun stuff. For me, wanting to be a vet when I'm older, it prepares me. All the stuff that I'm learning in ag is definitely going to help me.
I'm in ag communications. Anything that you see on the Facebook page is what we do, and pictures, and we do all the posters that are around campus, anything that just promotes ag.
Our students are all part of the FFA organization, and through that we have a chapter officer team. We do monthly chapter meetings because we're trying to get them involved outside of class. They can find something that they're interested in, and they need something that's going to hook them so that they're ready for life after high school.
In animal care, the students learn a variety of things, whether it's tools or terms. In the veterinary field, they learn about the skeletal systems, the animal nutrition, the housing, how to properly care for them. They also have the opportunity in the spring to actually go work at a veterinary hospital or at an animal shelter or a grooming salon.
Animal restraint, weight and temperature, pulse, respiration, all of that I learned here.
They take a state certified test, and if they pass, they become a certified vet assistant right out of high school.
It's always hands-on, and so I think that's what really helps us, is that we're not just getting it from a textbook, we're actually doing these things, and we're actually practicing these things that we'll be doing in our future careers.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so much already. We've learned how to take off. We've learned instrument flight rules. It's something everyone can do, I think.
Good. And you see, remember that horizon? Try to keep it parallel to your cockpit. After the 2-year program, they're going to be able to take the knowledge test for their private pilot exam. I am a pilot. I've been in Bakersfield for 10 years. I worked as an instructor for 6 years and then became a corporate pilot. And I'm a teacher here. We have amazing equipment. Even flight schools don't have that much equipment.
You put a class like this somewhere at North High, and it's really preparing kids to succeed because it gives them a whole new set of opportunities they never knew that they had the chance to pursue. I'm proud to say that I'm from North High School and that we have administration that's willing to put the money into offering really, really neat programs like this and preparing kids to succeed.
manufacturing engineering. We design parts, 3D parts, 2D parts, we create assemblies.
It's helping me get training in all of this stuff, like the computer programs that we have here, the machines that we have here. We learn a lot of math in here, mostly geometry and fractions, because I love math. That's why I'm in this class.
Mr. Lemmy, he's a great instructor.
So the problem is this piece itself.
He really goes hands-on with us. He helps us as much as we can. We've learned a lot from him.
Right now we're supplying students that are skilled in the safety, basic operation of machine work, and then they also leave with some soft skills. They understand they have to be on time. They understand that they have to get up and talk to people. Most of them are walking out of here with a solid foundation in the entry level of a trade.
They can have a job anywhere they go because they have a basic understanding of what it's going to take to put products out that people are going to use.
Hopefully this is a good career for me. You know, end up doing something good, have a good life, and make some money.
Well, we're learning a lot, and especially with just the basic knowledge of what you would need for an entry-level job.
All the basic skills to be a medical assistant in a doctor's office or a clinic.
You're leaning on it, and that'll make a difference.
And then they also do on-the-job training, and they work in doctor's offices or clinics throughout Kern County. The kids are job ready, and many of them are employed before the end of the school year. They're promised a job, as well as they continue their education. We have many registered nurses out there and even physicians.
I'm thinking I want to be an anesthesiologist. So a lot of school, but it'll be worth it in the end. We're learning the different roles, what a game designer is, what they do, and how video games are made, and how to deconstruct them.
We're also going to be teaching the hard skills, which includes learning the Unreal Engine. And what the Unreal Engine is it's a game development tool that students will be able to use to make their very own video games. And this is something that actually industry professionals use every day to make some of the top-selling games. They're all the same size. You're all on the same plane. There's no undulating terrain or anything like that.
Our instructor, he's really amazing. He encourages everybody. He's really fun, and he makes learning fun.
So they've got top-of-the-line computers here, and they're set up to excel. I would be surprised if other students their age coming out of high school would have anywhere near the level of expertise that these guys are going to have.
A lot of more hands-on activities, a lot more about woodworking and what to do, how to make a career for myself.
It's not only for guys. I am actually learning how to make cupboards and put everything together, like doors, cabinets. It's really fun, actually.
Yeah, well, It's really amazing to see their growth over the course of a year and how they can come in with no real skill at all and leave being able to actually produce furniture and cabinetry.
Houses need cabinets, businesses having a pool of resources or kids that have some knowledge in the industry would be real good.
Pull down on that. Let's slide these up. Watch fingers.
It's changed a lot. What I'm seeing here is what it's going towards. The CNC equipment, computers. I could actually build cabinets out of this shop. It's state of the art. It really is.
I am constantly looking for students that have been through these programs. It's always nice to have a person that has some experience. It's a lot easier to train. I think we're fortunate in Bakersfield that the Kern High School District has invested in a program like this. I would encourage other businesses to partner up with the Kern High School District like I've done here, because this really shows you what can be done if business comes together with the Kern High School District.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
Here we go. 28-7. Liberty's up by 3 touchdowns, and they're going to get the football after this return. I'm going to ask my partner, Rich Cornford, for his thoughts on the first half. Liberty will start with the ball in their hands, up 21, and this will be returnable, and it looks like it's going to be in the hands of Davis. And nice run there. Your thoughts, Coach?
Well, my thoughts is we're going to know a whole lot with these first few plays here on if Central has made some adjustments. It can slow down this Liberty offense. Liberty had the ball 4 times, scored 4 touchdowns in the first half. And obviously you're not going to win any football games if you can't get any stops. So the Central defense, I'm sure, was challenged by Coach Biggs to step up.
And the last score was in less than 90 seconds.
Right. So, again, I would expect Liberty to keep the same script. Pound, 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 take a shot. Pound, 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 take a shot.
We'll see. Big split over here on the left side of scrimmage, right side of your screen. O'Brien takes a look, has Duluth, hands it, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. Nice job by the Grizzlies.
And we haven't seen a whole lot of O'Brien running the ball. I think that's only his 3rd carry of the game. He had one pretty good run earlier, but typically he is a very large part of their running game. They haven't had to go that way yet. One thing noticed Central did that first play was pinch both of their defensive ends inside the tackles to try to clog up those inside running lanes. Anxious to see if they do it again here on 2nd down.
Well, O'Brien's second run, he got popped. So you're right, that's really only his 3rd run. 2nd and 12, they actually lost a couple on that one. This time, they give it to the workhorse. And, oh, goodness. Not only is he quick and strong and makes great cuts, but boy, he finishes so strong. He's really hits guys hard at the end of his run.
And let me shout out to Tyler Shelton, the center, 6'1", 285. He pulled on that play like you'd see Jason Kelsey for the Eagles do.
Number 29.
Not many centers can pull. You got to snap the ball accurately. So great luxury for Nixon to have big center that can move like that.
Duluth will come out. Murphy will go in.
2nd and 4 for the Patriots.
And this is where the Patriots have lived all night. 2nd and medium to short, where your entire playbook is open to you.
Ball's at their 37. The only turnover of the evening was on the very first drive where Earl Riley IV coughed it up and Liberty went and scored. Another running play for the quarterback. O'Brien looking to get the corner. O'Brien stretch it out, gets to the 20, and knocked out of bounds out of the 11-yard line. They're going to say the 13-yard line. A design run all the way.
By number 6, Jalen Jones, and that's a Patriot first down.
Well, that's tough.
Yeah, great start by the Patriot offense, pounding that rock. Going with some tempo here.
And they give it back to Murphy right away. Murphy wrestled down and thrown down hard. A big hit there by David Rapp. Boy, if you're the Grizzlies, you are getting a heavy early wake-up call in this third quarter.
Yeah, and there's not a whole lot of things you can do when you got multiple guys. Now Liberty's rushing attack turning into a three-headed monster with O'Brien picking up some slack here in the third quarter.
Illegal substitution, defense.
So a penalty, some salt on the wound of the Grizzlies.
And that's what that tempo does for you. It makes it very tough to substitute.
That's a great point. Saigon Sampayan sent way out on the right side. And Wattenbarger in the slot over there. They hand it off to their rugged Makai Duluth, and had he not lost his footing, he might have cut back in and gotten into the end zone. Some really nice-looking misdirection play.
Yeah, you can see again how well coached this Patriot team is. Everybody's on the same page. They do the simple things better than everybody else.
Right below us, right in front of us, is the freshman banner squad for the team spirit. It's that big Liberty flag that they take from the back and they run it all the way down to the front. And it's supposed to be handled each row down, and they haven't been executing to perfection yet. So some of the upperclassmen came up. Some of the upperclassmen came up and kind of gave them a stern warning. My point is, they all feel that here comes another touchdown.
O'Brien
trying to get in. Does he? Touchdown! Liberty! Cole O'Brien runs it in, delivers the hit.
David Rapp, linebacker for Central, saw him pound the ground after that touchdown. They are frustrated. They're giving a great effort, but right now Liberty is simply overpowering the Grizzlies.
Number 3, Tyler Lewis with the hold. Number 44, Jack Smith, prepares for the point after.
They got the flag a little twisted here. right in front of us, it's like trying to fold a fitted sheet.
Coach, it's the only thing that hasn't gone to perfection tonight is the big stands flag. That's about it. Otherwise, Liberty is just executing at such a high level. (35-7).
Well, Liberty is a school that really does have a culture of excellence here. You know, they're competitive in all their sports. Their consistency since their inception, since Rick Van Horn was the head football coach here, they have always been really good at football, and then Brian Nixon has just taken it to another level here the last 6 years or so.
Ran into the great Chad Provençal before the game started, and we had a quick hello, quick greeting, and he's front and center.
Yeah, Chad was the head football coach here for a few years too, and boy, you talk about a guy that could play linebacker.
From number 44, Jack Smith of the Patriots.
A genuine tough guy. So with a ton of time left, Liberty is, and that could have been, could have been returned.
I think if they really wanted to, they could have returned that one.
That's an important point right there. But with a 28-point lead, Coach, are you kidding me? Do you think that the Grizzly crowd could have ever thunk it up where another bad series and they could be in running clock syndrome?
Wow. Yeah, I'm sure that thought has not crossed their mind, because that hasn't happened to these guys in a long time.
Just at halftime, scouring the social platform, the response to everybody from everybody so far is just, wow.
Your ball carrier.
That's a nice run right there. A good strong run by Brandon Smith. 12-yard first down run.
Well, they say a flood starts with a single drop of rain, and maybe that's what Central needs. They got one guy back there, a sophomore, that refuses to go down on first contact.
That's a great point, Coach.
And that's what you love to see. You know, when you're tested like that, your character is tested. Who's going to respond? Because it's easy to play football when you're up by 28. How do you respond when you're down 28?
Wait, our on-air partner, Kenny Calvin, boy, that's a big commentary on his part, too. He always wants to see who's going hard late when it's not going great. Ball goes up high. Boy, it's a nice-looking pass, and that's going to be a flag for sure. And flags flying everywhere because Jamel Davis got caught out in front of everybody. What a nice toss. And that was on the money, so he probably saved a touchdown by...
Yeah, he did. And that was E.J. Morgan, and we've seen him go to Morgan deep like that on at least 3 occasions now, and Morgan is another sophomore. So one thing I think we've been mentioning here, this is a young Central team. They're very competitive, but they are young, and they're showing some fight here early in the second half with this offensive drive.
So they're gaining some traction. First and 10.
Get the first down on the penalty. Riley's
toss out over here to Bell.
Bell.
Bell gets popped. Churchman got him.
Number 4, Stone Churchman makes the stop for the Patriots.
But right over in the mix of things
Second and 10 for the
was Dylan Delgado again. Boy, Delgado's a ball sniffer, isn't he?
He is, yeah. And Stone Churchman, son of Rocky Churchman, another coach. A lot of these coaches' kids playing at Liberty. You know, at the corner here, we've seen Fulton score 2 touchdowns. He's number 8 down at the bottom here. Rob Salcido, my good buddy, was telling me he is a UNLV commit. Going to graduate early and play for the Rebels.
Wow. How about this defense? What an effort by Ethan Atkins.
By number 54, Ethan Atkins.
And Atkins all over him. Boy, what a play.
3rd down for the Grizzlies.
And that just stops all that forward inertia that Liberty was giving up in the first couple of plays.
Yeah, that was a great hustle sack there. Now, Liberty will probably drop 8 guys in coverage. They're showing pressure right now, but I'm betting they're bluffing.
3rd and 13.
Nope, they're coming.
They bring
6-man pressure.
And it's incomplete. He was rushed, and he tried to get it over to Bell, and Bell couldn't handle it. It wouldn't have mattered. It was going to be 4th down no matter what. He lost his footing.
He did have Braylon Hall, his number 1 receiver, run free that time, but he did not have time to go to his second read. Great call there by Renz, putting pressure on when I thought they'd be dropping. All right, we've seen this is the 3rd punt. Both snaps have come in low.
Number 9 for the Grizzlies, Aiden Chavez, back to punt.
You're right, Coach. They've had issues with the snap. Another low one. This one's even worse. This is as bad as it gets. He's got to get rid of it. He barely gets it off his foot, and can you believe it? That actually looks decent at the 43-yard line, so some severe issues with the deep snap scenario for the Grizzlies, and that one got away from Melgar, and he doesn't know how close these guys are. If he even takes a glance, he could lose his concentration. So hats off to Melgar for getting it off.
And when it rains, it pours. Right now, Liberty dominating every aspect of this game, offense, defense, and special teams.
So
coming out in an empty set on first down. First time we've seen this formation by the Patriots tonight.
O'Brien by himself, an aggressive show by the Liberty coaching staff. They fired across the middle, and it's caught out there by Brody Young, the junior. 35-yard line. Here come the Patriots. Wow.
All gas, no brakes right now. Liberty is just in attack mode. Central certainly playing on their heels defensively.
They get right up on the ball, and now they give it to
Mackay Duluth, your ball carrier.
the wrecking ball.
Good job by the Grizzlies on that first down play, holding them to just 2 yards.
8 for the Patriots.
We haven't seen that very often. Now Liberty going into the huddle, slowing things down a little bit, letting that clock do a little bit of work for them here.
What a luxury to have so many options.
Yeah, empty set here. Now you got to watch out for the quarterback run in this situation, but obviously 5 wide receivers.
Only 3 up front for the Grizzlies. Tons of time, and just like you said, Coach,
O'Brien keeps it.
decides to keep it and
Gets across the 30.
just kind of falls down somewhat at the 29-yard line, puts everybody up on the ball. 3rd and 5.
I think that was a smart move by O'Brien to get down early. You don't want your quarterback taking extra shots if at all possible.
Number 29.
Look at that.
Flag on the play right in the middle of all the action. So
Down by number 2.
if you were going to roll the dice, you'd think it was a hold. And it was a quick flag.
Well, there was a giant hole again for Duluth to run through.
Coach Nixon aggravated.
Well, like most good coaches, Brian is a perfectionist, and he's not going to look at the scoreboard and say, hey, let's, take it a little easy, and we'll let that one slide. He's going to demand perfection every single snap.
The big W, why?
3rd and 13 for the Patriots after the
Why? You can see his hands up.
39-yard line.
So goes back to a 3rd and 13. The ball's at the Grizzlies' 39-yard line. Again, an empty set for O'Brien. 3 receivers way out to the right side. Grizzlies only show 3 on the rush, though. Again, mountains of time. Stands, stops, decides to keep it himself, and he'll just
Flag on the play.
roll out of bounds flag again. And this is in the backfield or right on the line of scrimmage. And it may be a holding call again, Coach.
Well, that's the only thing that stopped the Patriots so far tonight.
O'Brien just kind of came out of the pocket and rolled over. I'll take the orange. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate your contacts. Did you want the orange? What?
Offense. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
My buddy Rob Salcido came through with some Gatorades and water for
Coach
us.
Salcido.
So 3rd and very long for the Patriots. This is really the first time I remember them being in a 3rd and long situation all night long.
Coach Nixon beside himself now. He just was 3rd and 4. He wanted to punch it in again. Now all of a sudden 3rd and 23. Murphy back there with O'Brien. Murphy steps up in the pocket, flings one, gets rid of it, and it is incomplete. And he took a big hit.
Number 2, Brock Wattenbarger. Brings
And
up 4th and 23 for the Patriots.
First punt of the night for the Patriots.
Good job by Central getting some pressure on O'Brien on that play. Jared Andrade, inside linebacker, came on the blitz and forced an awkward throw. Jack Smith, who does the kicking, also does the punting for the Patriots.
For the Patriots.
Raymond Hall stands at the 11-yard line. It's a boomer. It's way up there. And it's going to be stopped at the 20-yard line. We'll take a short break and be back right after this switch. It'll be Grizzlies ball. Can they get something going here in the First and 10, Central. Undefeated so far this season, 4-0. Ranked third or fourth, depending on which poll we're looking at. Oh, how about this? Dylan Delgado.
Riley got in the backfield by number 50, Dylan Delgado.
Man.
Well, Delgado has just been super disruptive, both in the run game and the pass game. I think that might be his third sack tonight, at least two. From his, he came into the game leading the Patriots in sacks. He's added to that. And, boy, when you got a nose guard that can dominate the center, life is pretty good defensively, and that's what's happening right now.
And Coach, he went for it looked like a wrestling move. He had the leg wrapped. That was artistry in that sack. Second and 18, Riley the fourth flips one out to the far side, and it's caught by Bell. And Bell does a nice job of picking up some decent yards there. Hey, Coach, you got a quarter and 2.5 left here in this third quarter. The Grizzlies, I know it's easy to say, it's not easy to do, but they've got to keep playing. They've got to keep going.
Yeah, and it's going to get just tougher and tougher as they get to the point where they can't run the ball anymore due to time constraints.
There's a first down right there. Nice pitch and catch out there to the far side, and that was to Braylon Hall.
Again, in high school ball, the clock does stop while they move the chains, so you can really move the ball quickly down the field with all those clock stoppages. Now, if I'm Central, I'm going to try and get this thing snapped as soon as they blow it in.
Riley lets another one fly, has a man, but just can't connect with him.
Intended for number 2.
And it was intended for the speedy Dalen Scott.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to connect on that deep ball. Always seem to be a step away.
Davis on the coverage for the Patriots. Second and 10 for the Grizzlies.
Patriots showing pressure. Last time they brought it, they bring it again, 6-man.
Pitch and catch again, nice job. Very nice connection out there again with Braylon Hall, and they're going to move the chains.
And I know we've called Braylon Hall's name a few times, but I was expecting to call it an awful lot. I mean, a kid comes in here with over 500 yards receiving after 4 games, and he maybe has 30 yards in receiving tonight.
First and 10, ball's right in front of us at the 45-yard line.
Kind of like the numbers that Central has on the bottom here. I know you got Fulton standing there, and he's a dangerous weapon, but you think you got a 2-on-1 versus this corner if that inside guy holds the safety.
That's Tafoya. They go to Tafoya, but he can't just get away from the closeout by Trajan Fulton.
Well, that's why the guy's going to go play Division I football. He's a 6'3" corner/safety that can line up at safety and tackle that for a 2-yard gain.
And you're saying he's committed to where?
UNLV.
Ricky Van Horn's got to be happy about that. Second and 8. The ball gets hurled up. This could be trouble, and it is. It's picked off by Lewis.
By number 3, Tyler.
Great job again by the Patriots applying pressure. Riley had to throw that one up for grabs. And again, if he could have planted his feet, if he could have done this, if he could have done that, but shoulda, woulda, coulda, pressure changes everything. Tyler Lewis, easy interception there.
And Riley, the quarterback, slow to get up and slow to trot off. He took a big hit at the end of that throw. Threw it with a Patriot right in his grill.
Yeah, you got to admire his guts for stepping into that throw as well as he could.
He knew it was coming.
Tyler Lewis with the interception. That's at least 3 turnovers on the year that he's recovered a couple, forced a couple fumbles, now an interception on the year.
Murphy looking to cut back up against the grain. Flag on the play. And a flag well after it had developed. And I think that's what Coach Nixon's waving off the official. That play was long gone.
Well, we didn't see many flags for the first, 30 minutes of this game, but here recently, They've been dropped quite a bit.
Offense, 10-yard penalty, 2 first down.
Well, the officials done a nice job tonight. Again, the white hat.
Yeah, they have.
James Taplin, the umpire, Pat Kellaway, head linesman Sean Morphus, the line judge Arnold Lorea, the back judge Jordan Stallworth, and in the box David Edwards. Nice job, gentlemen. And again, that hat that's up on the padding, the Patriots field goal stand, the post there. The white hat for our good friend Alex Edelor. Under a minute to go here in this third quarter. All Liberty tonight. They keep it on the ground, and that's Murphy.
Gets across the 20.
Both coaches, they're at that point of the game where, they will demand and expect that every single play, players go 100 miles an hour, but nobody wants injuries now. Well, you never want injuries, but certainly when it's seemingly going to be a Herculean effort to get back in this thing, you're like, all right, guys, play hard, play smart.
2nd and 17 for the Patriots.
Screen play out here to Murphy. Murphy looking to get up. Murphy
gets across the 35.
Very close to the first down.
Great play call. We haven't really seen the screen game that much, but you saw the offensive line set that up perfectly. The running back used his lineman perfectly to make a big chunk of yards there and move the chains.
They get in the first. That'll take care of it for 3 quarters. How about this? 35-7 Liberty taking care of business on the Kern High Network. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter.
We all come from different backgrounds and practice different traditions, but we belong to one humanity. At Valley Strong Credit Union, we care deeply about the communities where we live and serve. That's why over the past 80 years, we've donated and invested millions of dollars into various partnerships, nonprofits, and businesses in Kern County. And as we continue to grow, we remain rooted here in our community. Valley Strong. Grow your possibilities.
All right, here we go. Fourth quarter action. Liberty down to the 37-yard line now on this 1st and 10. O'Brien, play action, fires one out. Oh, what a great pass and a great catch. Jace Nixon. Boy, you're right. That's when you want instant replay. You want to go back and watch that play. Goodness, what a nice pass.
Been real impressed with the Liberty passing game, that it's not just been Wattenberger and DeGraffenried, that really Nixon has stepped up now with a couple big catches, and Fulton.
29, Makai Duluth, your ball carrier.
Duluth up to the 36-yard line.
The 40-yard line.
I think Liberty right now is thinking, we put one more score and an extra point on it, and we'll have a running clock against Central, which would be a huge statement.
2nd and 4 for the Patriots.
Talked to Coach Biggs before the game and said, obviously you two teams are no strangers to each other. What'd you tell your guys on the way down the bus? I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said, we know what to do. Get out there and play hard. They've been trying, but boy, this Liberty squad is put together
Jalen Murphy, your ball
so
carrier.
well. Jalen Murphy to the left side and maybe within a foot of picking up the first down.
I know we mentioned it in the first quarter that Division I football is several steps ahead of Division II football. I mean, when you look at the top 6, 7, 8 teams in Division I, they are just at another level. And right now, Liberty, obviously defending state champ, I think at least in Bakersfield, is a level above everybody else. Though Frontier may have something to say about that in about a month or so.
October 20th, my man. 3rd and 1.
Murphy, your ball
They give it to
carrier,
Murphy.
bounce
Murphy in
back to
trouble,
defender.
cuts back up, and will it be enough for the first down? I think he may have just got it with that third effort. Forget the second effort, Rich.
Wow, these running backs are tough for the Patriots. You love it as a lineman when your running backs are just as tough as you. You know, you think about the old Hogs with Riggins and how they embraced him. You know, you just love that to death when those guys get dirty too.
Heard a great quote in an interview with Larry Zonka, and he praised his offensive lineman, and then they went to one of his linemen and said, hey, when your running back is as tough as you are, you got to be tough, man. You know, the great Dolphin line and running back. Great point, Coach. 1st and 10. Ball is at the 33-yard line of Central. Will they run the pitch again? They do. It's worked pretty well tonight, but this time it doesn't. Great job out there by Brandon Smith on defense.
Wow, and we talked that Central doesn't play very many guys both ways, but here they got their stud tailback that's a sophomore playing both ways and playing defensive end there and making another tough play here in the fourth quarter.
That's why when on their position it just says athlete.
Yeah.
It's great. It doesn't say DB, doesn't say wide receiver, doesn't say running back, it says ATH, athlete. Love it.
Well, you can see Smith out there. He's breathing heavy, but that doesn't stop him from playing hard.
2nd and 12, Coach.
Yeah, he's an outside linebacker.
In motion goes Wattenberger. O'Brien starts to work the clock now, taking his time.
Number 28, your ball carrier for the Patriots.
How about this, Tyler Kimball? Kimball with the carry. And Kimball gets a little action, the junior running
Kimball
back.
picks up a yard or two on the play. 3rd and 10 for the Patriots.
And slow to get up is the aforementioned Brandon Smith. Yeah, he's going to come out, Coach.
Yeah.
They're bringing in Fabian Morales. And the young man's tired.
So 3rd and long for the Patriots here. Central has been content to just rush 3 on many occasions. Showing 4-man pressure right now.
8-minute mark left. O'Brien.
Number 28, Kimball, your ball carrier.
Kimball gets up to about the 30-yard line. That's going to make it 4th and 7.
4th and 7 for the Patriots.
Jack Smith wants a shot.
Yeah, that would be 47. I think he's got the leg for it.
Do you ever take an opportunity like this in a game like this to say, well, if there was ever a time, let's give it a shot?
6,
Yeah, let him have a little experience at kicking a ball that far.
4th and 7. O'Brien looks over at the sideline.
Yeah, the thing you worry about from your kicker, if you tried it from here, is over kicking. But if you could put him in a situation with no real pressure and he makes it, well, then later on in the year, maybe when it is a pressure situation, he knows, hey, I made that kick against Central, I can make it again.
That was my inference, but when Coach Nixon and his staff watches this, they'll all have a chuckle that Pete VP was trying to coach. So 4th and 7, the play was never going to be run. Coach Nixon was basically standing right next to the official. Let the time wind down, take one of your timeouts, talk it over. If you're just getting to us because you've been watching other games or you're finally getting the opportunity to get on the phone or laptop, it's been all Liberty tonight. Yes, Centennial did score, and they scored early enough to keep it interesting for a bit, and they actually were doing great on their first drive, but they fumbled the ball on their first drive. Liberty took no time at all to score quickly and then often, and they actually, last drive, had one down here in the third quarter that could have put it on running clock, but some penalties.
About 3 holding calls in a row.
Right. So now, here we go, 4th and 7.
If I'm Central, I know where number 8 lines up because he's been killing them in these situations on fade routes.
Brody Young, way out to the left, though. Looking for protection. They fire it to the far corner. It's up, and it's just out of real estate. Incomplete. It'll be first down on Central.
And that was the backup quarterback in there taking a shot. Clayton Turk got a rep.
30 yards yard line.
Not a bad ball, but he's got to keep it in bounds.
So the Young Turk. Central going to try to get something rolling here.
Central also replacing their quarterback. Looks like
it's going to be Marquez. Marquez fires one off right away, and it's caught. Wow. And who gets it? Braylon Hall. So Marquez throws it a hair behind Braylon, but he's able to go down there and get it.
Yeah, we've been saying how Braylon was been pretty quiet tonight, but Marquez knows, hey, this is the guy that's been doing it all year for it. I'm going to throw it to him. They got Braylon Hall lined up in the backfield right now.
Marquez out of the pocket. Oh, nice first down there. So 2 first downs in a row with a new quarterback.
I think that's a smart move by Coach Biggs. Get the other guy in there, your starter. Riley a little bit banged up, had been taking some shots. Get your guy some experience against a solid defense. Build him some confidence because these backup quarterbacks, hey, they're a snap away. We saw that with Aaron Rodgers. 4 snaps into the season.
First and 10 for Marquez.
Marquez is going to keep it.
Flag on the play.
Janae, Bryn, and Cadence come up here. All right, they're each going to do their own special jump, and whenever they jump, so when Janae jumps, we're going to say L. When Cadence jumps, we're going to say H, and when Bryn jumps, we're going to say
5:50 to go, fourth quarter. Liberty up 28 points.
Cody, offense, 10-yard penalty, repeat first down. The penalty gives the Grizzlies
5:50 remains in regulation. We thought for a second or two it might get to running clock. It did not. Still could, conceivably, but on 1st and 20.
Number 2, Brandon Smith, the ball carrier for the Grizzlies.
Smith now back in. And even though he's beat up and maybe a little fatigued, they're still handing him the rock.
Smith picks up about 3 yards on the play.
Hey, sophomore, keep going.
Yeah,
keep going,
boy.
Sophomore, you're the youngest guy out here. Keep going.
I'm not sure, but I'm guessing Central probably has a bye next week too. Yeah, they have a bye, and then they play Clovis the week after that, and that very tough track.
They got 5, so 2nd and 15. Marquez flings one over here to the near side, caught by Webb. How about this?
Zeb White.
Zeb White might have picked up a first down.
And Wattenberger slow to get up.
They do pick up a first down, so a nice.
Pick up the first down on that play.
So the young quarterback comes in, looks pretty sharp throwing the ball. Actually, I said young. He's actually a senior, but hasn't got a whole lot of playing time yet this year.
Marquez takes the snap, looks, has some time, just flicks it in front of him because that's who's open, and it's David Bell. Bell now getting down to the 14-yard line. So Central, as you mentioned, great idea, great thought process. Get Marquez in there, give him some reps. As you mentioned, he's a senior. He's a year older than their starting quarterback, but
that was a great job by the O-line giving him protection, and then for him to check it down to the running back there.
Tackle made there by Jamari Davis, as well as Anthony Juarez. And we're going to dip below the 4-minute mark right now.
Loss of a yard on the play, 2nd and 11 for the Grizzlies.
So they're at the 14-yard line of Liberty. It's 2nd and 11. Central would love to get in, put some more points on the board. That Liberty defense, no way. Marquez floats one over. Look out! Oh, almost picked off. Almost picked it off by who? Who else? Trajan Fulton.
Third and...
Yeah, I like the idea by Marquez, but he put a little bit too much air under that ball, and very fortunate that didn't end up being a pick six. But again, it's good tape. You're giving your quarterback some tape time here where the coach can sit with him in his office and say, hey, what was your thought process here? How was the execution? And that was really important for a quarterback to get that time.
3rd and 11. Throws. It's caught out there by Scott. Scott makes a nice move. Just can't get close enough to that first down marker. It'll be 4th and 4. Or 5. A long 4, short 5.
Pick up about 6 on the play. 4th and 5 for the Grizzlies.
Liberty subbing some defensive linemen in.
A lot of guys rolling on and off.
Might need to get a timeout here.
Coach Nixon calling one, and
somebody's getting an earful from Coach Nixon on the sideline.
Liberty.
And it's a coach.
Yeah, don't be subbing those guys in late like that when the team's no huddle.
So Coach Nixon burns a timeout. Timeout with an edge. 3:03 remaining. And it's an important down for a lot of psyche reasons. If Central can get this first down or get in the end zone, kind of shaves that difference a little bit for the media in the Valley. Shaves it a little bit. Still,
yeah.
It's still 35 up there for Liberty. And if Liberty can hold them and stop, that's going to put the ice on it. And that will have kept the Grizzlies to a 1-touchdown game.
Yeah.
For a team that's been racking up big points, Coach.
Now, Liberty does have a lot of backups in there, but their secondary is pretty much all starters.
Here it is, 4th and 5. Marquez has a man, finds a man, flag on the play, but it's a touchdown. Flag right in the middle of the end zone, right where all the DBs and receivers interchange. Let's see.
Was that Braylon Hall on the reception? That's his second touchdown of the night. He scored both of them for him, if it stands.
Nice pass, and it will. It is holding on the defense. So after the timeout taken by Coach Nixon, Coach Biggs and his team put together a touchdown play.
Number 40.
Yeah, nice ball thrown while getting hit there. Hey, the luxury of knowing that you've got a number 2 quarterback that can come in and you're not doesn't scare you to death every time he throws the ball.
Move the ball down the field, Coach.
Yeah.
That PAT's good, so 35-14. Central.
So 2:56 left in the game. The score.
Puts another touchdown up, and they were a whisker away from being on running clock, and they hung in there and battled back. And a couple of miscues by the Patriots and a couple of exacerbated timeouts taken by the coaching staff, and if nothing else, for a team that has it going pretty good, it gives Coach Nixon and his staff a couple things to say, hey, we're not there yet.
Because what we were saying about the quarterback is true at every position, that you got to be ready to go, and we had talked about that Liberty had quite a few backups in on their D-line and linebackers. Well, those guys got to make sure they get their assignment done and use the right technique on their pass rush and attack the right gap. So they're getting tape time too. Everything is being evaluated. And, man, depth in a long season, especially when you're talking about 2 teams that go 16 games, to the state championship. You're going to need your backups and some depth along the way somewhere.
So For the Liberty fans, everybody's on their feet. They want to say, hey, kick it to us. Let's see what we can do. Let's get some good field position and throw another TD up there. Definitely returnable. Taken by Wattenbarger at the 10. Looking for some room. Looking for a lot of room. Wattenbarger looks to get free. Flag on the play and another flag at the end here. So a flag at the beginning and a flag at the end of the play. As you mentioned, not a lot of flags in the first 2 1/3 of this game, and then we've seen a lot.
Well, the officials are playing every snap too, and if you see it, you call it.
Holding number 84 on the receiving team. That foul is declined. Holding number 4 of the receiving team. That foul is accepted. First down.
So both calls are against the Patriots. Where will we be next week? We don't know yet. It's exciting for us too. We get the texts on Tuesdays from our boss, Stan Green. Tells us where we're going, and I'm fortunate, lucky guy. I get the luxury of either working with Rich Cornford or Rick Van Horn or Kenny Calvin. A running play, strong running play, big hit at the end, but a first down. Boy, a nice strong run out there by Hayden Higbee.
Yeah, Liberty playing a few backups here on the O-line, and Higbee at running back getting his chance to show that, hey, he knows what to do with the ball in his hands. Again, you got Clayton Turk at quarterback. 6'1", 190-pound junior. Probably be the guy.
Turk heels on the 25-yard line. Whistles blow, and they're going to be sending off the field Caden Marion. So Caden Marion being sent off for a uniform violation.
Oh.
And he had to run right by Coach Nixon.
Flag on the play.
So
2 flags on the play, one from the back judge and I think the other one from the umpire.
Now Caden goes back in, so you've got a Marion on the field. Number 19, always a treat to have a Marion on the football field.
Brock Marion, former star at West High, and then Nevada Reno and the Dallas Cowboys.
Dolphins.
And the Dolphins.
And Caden goes by Bam. He'll be a force for this Liberty basketball squad in a few months. His sister Cammie is playing collegiate volleyball in Kansas. Stockdale Mustangs. She was a great volleyball player for the Mustangs. Higbee.
27, Higbee, your ball carrier.
Strong run.
Wrapped up by number
It's up about 7 yards there. So, Coach, as we're getting down to the last minute here, your overall thoughts on tonight?
Extremely impressed with the Liberty Patriots, and just top to bottom how well they do everything from the kicking game to throwing it to running it, and then their pursuit on defense. Great win for their program.
They both have a bye next week. Liberty will take a break for 2 weeks, and they have their 25th
and that's going to be the last
reunion at Luigi's, and then they'll take on Garces. Central has a week off, and then they'll take Clovis. So a big win, 35-14. That's a decisive win for the Patriots, and it it sets up for some league play coming up here, Coach, where now it's going to start getting real serious, and then the big showdown, October 20th, with the Frontier Titans, could be something special.
Yeah, you could have two teams coming in there right now. Frontier's undefeated, and then Liberty with the one loss to a awful good football team. But yeah, this one was decisively in Liberty's favor tonight, which we didn't see coming.
That does it for our director-producer, Julian Wilson, and everybody here at Liberty High School. Thank you so much. We appreciate everything. Thank you to all of the administration, Principal Kenny Seals, the AP of Instruction, Josh Williams, AP of Administration, Ron Priest, the Athletics Director, our good friend, the legendary Tim Davis, Activities Director, Brooks Slayton. Thank you to everyone at the Kern High School District. Have a great, great weekend, Coach. Thank you. Appreciate that. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next week. Good night. God bless.